So ultimately, what I had to do was I had to weigh the pros and cons. The pros and cons of staying in my current situation or moving and taking the job at CSX. My current situation, like I said, I was working those 2 jobs. The pros were I was stable. I had a predictable schedule, you know what I'm saying? But I was wore out and I was working 60 hours to get $1,000. But I was stable, you know what I'm saying? I was stable, you know what I'm saying? I was just back, finally getting financially stable again, you know what I'm saying? So I'm bringing in $4,000 a month, bringing home that, you know what I'm saying? And the only person I had to take care of was my daughter and myself. So, and then on the other end, it was like, okay, if you go to CSX, you're going to eventually have to move. You definitely not going to have no $700 rent when you move to Atlanta. Unless you in some roommate type situation, which I wasn't going to do. And then but then also the pro was, oh, you could go make $1,000 at one job every week, working 40 hours. You feel me? So it was just like, and that might have been before taxes, but it was like, you can make, it was basically, I'm saying like, you can go make $1,000 at one job in 40 hours, or you can go make $1,000 working 2 jobs at 60 hours. So then it kind of made the decision a lot easier. And plus, I would be close to my daughter if I took the CSX job in Atlanta. So it was like, okay. I had never lived outside of my hometown. So it got to the point I was just like, it might just be this season is coming to a close in your life. You're 36 years old. You never lived anywhere outside of your hometown. Your daughter stays up in Atlanta where more job opportunities and opportunities in general lie anyway. You can go get a job making what you want to make working one job, plus that once you finish training. So that kind of made the decision for me. I was wore out from working my 2 jobs back home, and I saw an opportunity to move closer and make pretty much the same amount of money. So I decided to take the job. You know what I'm saying? I got the job. I decided to proceed and take the job. Training was in Atlanta. Lasted 6 weeks. They did put me up in a hotel because I was a certain distance from the training facility. Even though I stay in Georgia already, but Macon was just far enough from the training facility to where they had to put me up in a hotel with the rest of the people from out of state and stuff like that. So I'm doing that. Mind you, I still don't know where I'm going to live after I get out of training. You know what I'm saying? I do know I have some family in Atlanta. So that's what I was banking on, for the time being. I knew I wasn't just going to be able to run out and get a place of my